is like the Pixar lamp.
Yeah, exactly.
See, this is the things we could talk about because I think it's funny. So
I'm down. I'm down for anything. I've never done this before.
Yes, you have.
I'm a rookie.
Really?
Like podcast, first timer.
Ooh, all right.
Pop in my.
Let's go. Pop in your.
Although you
Chad
can't,
right now.
say that though, can we?
Hey.
Is this a family show?
Yeah. When do we start?
It's recorded.
Oh,
Oh, well, I didn't even know. Like, dude, come on, man.
so handsome. Look at him.
All right, so you ready? Hey, this is Chris from Triple S Motorsports. I'm the parts and service manager here, and I got Chad from SuperATV today. What's
How
up,
are you?
Chad?
It's a lot is up. I just don't even know where to start. I'm like a little overwhelmed. I was just saying, I've never been in a podcast, so I'm a little out of my comfort zone right now. But hey, let's do this. What do you got for
Sounds
me?
good.
What do you want to know?
Well, I mean, you came in today with Cardo, and I really appreciate that. And you're always in here once a week, and it's pretty freaking awesome that I have a rep that actually shows up.
Wow.
So that's kind of mean. I'm not trying to talk about all the other reps out there, but let's.
Well, it's easy because
really nice,
because
so.
I'm close. We're neighbors, right?
Yeah.
Being down in St. George, coming up to Cedar City is actually kind of nice. I mean, this time of year, I'm a little less into it because it's cold up here for me. But in the spring and summer times when you're 10 degrees cooler than it is down in 110 plus St. George, coming up to Cedar is kind of nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, you do a great job for us. I appreciate
Sweet.
all the support you do.
Yeah. Mostly you love the donuts.
I do.
Bring in the
I do.
donuts.
Yes. Yeah. Well, my whole team does. That's for sure.
Nice.
They gobble them up real quick. So.
Good.
Well, what else you got? What else you got going on? Do you have anything? Any new products out?
Man, there's just so much going on at SuperATV. We're working really hard on bringing new products and updating old products. And so we're usually looking at about 30 new products that come every 30 days. We've got a projection list of 30, 60, 90 that they call it of stuff that's coming down the pipe. And so there's always something new coming. A lot of the stuff we focused on lately is break fix. So we see a lot of OE replacement stuff. You'll see what's called our up and running line. That's all coming with OEM replacement options. And not to take anything away from the OE guys, but there are a couple of issues with OE parts, right? Two of them being, and it's frustrating at some points for dealers, is price point. Sometimes the parts are a little expensive. The OE only parts are a little expensive. And number two, product availability. We do see more and more often that OE parts are back ordered. Now Polaris, thankfully, not as big of an issue, but I have seen in other OEs, and we won't name any names, but we have seen in other OEs have extended back ordered issues. So it's not a great look nor a good feeling for the consumer when you've got this brand new machine that you just spent a bunch of money on and you need a basic part for it and it's back ordered for 6 months. So SuperATV, we're trying to grasp that. We're trying to get our hands around that and make sure that there's options for the end consumer to make sure not only that they have a price-friendly part, but they have parts that will keep them going, keep them out on the trails.
Well, that was a key options. We love giving our customers options. I mean, if you're not giving them options, I mean, you're throwing them the OE every time, and they go look at the bill and like, oh my gosh.
Right.
So it is nice to be able to give those options and allow the customer to be able to pick and choose what they want. So
for sure. And I love that. Before I ended up in this life with SuperATV, I had, just like you, lots of years in the dealership. And so I have a pretty good understanding of what it looks like to deal with the customer coming into a power sports shop, coming into a UTV shop, and their wants and demands. And it's great to work for a company that's listening to those and getting that input from dealers and trying to push the industry in a direction where we're providing to the end customer.
Heck yeah. So tell me a little bit about, I guess, is it based in Indiana?
Corporate headquarters is in Indiana, Madison, Indiana. They have expanded greatly the recent years, not only the warehouse facility, but the production facility is where they've really kind of ramped things up. You'll find that a lot more products from SuperATV are actually made in America. And there is a little stigma out there. We get it a lot on the SuperATV products being made overseas.
Right.
But let's be honest, any large volume manufacturer, producer, vendor, we're all doing business overseas. There's not a single company that is doing the amount of volume or has the depth of a catalog like we do and is not doing something overseas, whether it's subcontracting or just building stuff overseas. The best part about what we do overseas is that the facility that we use is actually owned by SuperATV. We're not using a third-party vendor someplace in Taiwan or China or India. We actually own the facility. We have more control over the production. We have more control over the quality that comes out of there, which is why a lot of our products, even though overseas, actually are pretty high-quality stuff.
China?
Sure.
Is that what Donald J. Trump says? China? So,
yeah.
Yes, I hear
But
that.
super proud about all the stuff that we do and all the work that we do in Indiana. We do a ton of stuff that is actually made in the USA, and we're really proud of that.
Cool. So do you guys have different warehouses that you ship from?
Yeah. So even though the main facility is corporate headquarters is in Madison, Indiana, we have a warehouse in Salt Lake, which is why here in Utah, most dealers get their orders next business day because it's in state, and even just outside the state of the West Coast, you're seeing stuff in 2 to 3 days. Yeah. We do have a warehouse in Shreveport, and there's another one on the East Coast someplace that I don't even worry about because it's got nothing to do with me. Sorry.
Yeah. So what area do you rep for?
I cover southern Utah and western Arizona and southern Nevada. Cool. So basically, I lucked out that my residence here in St. George, or just south of us in St. George, is like right in the middle of the territory. So it allows me to get in and see dealers frequently and not have to travel too far.
That's why I get to see you once a week.
Once a week.
I love it. You're always out there helping us out. Like anytime we have an event, SuperATV is always willing to help.
I love getting to events.
So,
I love getting to events, and that's one of the things that's another great thing about working for this company is that I'm an industry enthusiast. Been in power sports my whole life. I spent a bunch of time in watercraft in another life, but in recent years, as the side-by-side industry blew up, like I latched onto that right away, and I love the off-road, and I love the what UTVs give you. It's an entry level to performance off-roading, and it hooked me right away, and I've been into it ever since. So it's whenever a dealer's got an event, even if it's just meet and greet in the parking lot, or if we're going on a ride, which is even better. I'm like, sign me up, let's go.
What kind of machine do you have?
I'm currently in a Pro XP. I'm kind of mad at Polaris. They
Hey, he's got a Polaris, guys.
I'm kind of mad at Polaris because they like right after I bought my Pro XP, the Turbo R came out. And so even though I got a nice car, I'm not going to lie.
It is nice.
I got to hook up on some parts. I don't know where from, but I got to hook up on some stuff. So I've got some nice upgrades, and I've got a pretty custom machine. I do enjoy it. But yeah, the extra suspension is something that I was like immediately upset with Polaris that the year after I bought my car, they come out with a 72-inch version with more suspension travel. But hey, maybe there's an HCR kit in my future to get put onto that car.
Or hey, better yet, let's trade it in. I know a dealer.
I know a dealer too.
Here at Triple S Polaris.
I know a dealer too,
trade
but and the Pro S would probably be my choice because it's the next in the progression. But yeah, with the new acquisition HCR, I'm kind of leaning towards before the next car. I think we're gonna have to put a long travel kit.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously, I mean, I came from HCR.
Yeah.
So if you knew that, was a
You might have to autograph my trailing arms for me.
Right. And how was that acquisition? Sorry, can't even speak.
No, you're good. So one of the coolest things about SuperATV is that we have had the opportunity to expand our product lines. And just before I come to work for the company, we had bought the really upscale, famous brand of Assault Industries. And
remember that.
We keep buying other ones. We bought Keller Performance. We bought G Boost belts, and the most recent one is HCR. And the greatest thing about these acquisitions are that we're able to bring more capital and more resources to these brands and be able to expand and help them grow. Right. So, like one of the things with Assault, primarily mirrors, radius rods, and billet components, decorative parts.
Yeah.
With the acquisition of them, bringing in what we have and the resources that we have, manufacturing resources that we have, now Assault has axles for high-end machines. Assault has an interlock wheel, which is super cool. I got a set on my personal car, and they're just the coolest thing ever. So without that acquisition, how long does it take for a smaller company like Assault at the time to come in and start expanding and bringing more products? Same thing is going to happen with HCR.
Yeah.
We're pretty excited about that acquisition. The production has been moved, but it is up and running in Indiana. Still 100% made in the United States.
Yeah.
We'll be able to, things that we're implementing with HCR are things that were always kind of a desired point with dealers, and I'm sure you're familiar with this fact, right? One of the things that we always heard with HCR and me being a dealer and being familiar with the product before, we always wanted a full axle.
Yeah.
We always wanted a full axle. They always came with an extended bar, and the installer would have to disassemble the stock axle and take the CV joints off and put them onto this extended bar.
Yep.
If they broke it, then they'd have to start all over again.
Right.
If they blew a CV joint, they'd have to buy an OEM piece and put it on there. So with the resources with SuperATV, we're able to phase into, and it doesn't happen right away, but as we get into it, long travel kits will come with a full half shaft. Better for install, better for warranties, better for production.
Quick labor.
Another one will be like another one we got a lot of feedback from dealers and consumers with HCR was a desirable fix, was to do away with tie rod extensions. And instead of just spacing out and extending the stock steering tie rod, let's just do a complete tie rod from the steering rack to the spindle. And again, SuperATV is something we make. We make replacement rack and pinions. It's going to be easy for us to make that fix as well. So lots of fun stuff coming for HCR.
That's awesome. I see you taking it next level. I love that. I love having the full axles, having a full tie rod. That was a big complaint at HCR.
And the main thing we got to continue to drive home, and it's sad that we have to keep having this conversation this deep into it, because they were really good at corporate about putting out solid information. They put out a bunch of videos as production got set up. They put out a bunch of videos with staff being trained and product being welded up, hand TIG welded, same way that HCR has always done it, right? And yet we still come into the public, and there's still that stigma, right? As soon as SuperATV bought this, that they were going to start making this stuff overseas. Again, the magic word, overseas. No. And if anybody that hears this or sees this, please tell a friend. HCR is still 100% made in the USA.
I've seen the videos, and I believe you. So I've never been to the corporate office or anything like that, but it's
you'll have to come out. We have dealers out all the time. We can arrange that.
I hear
it's an
really
amazing
cool.
facility. It's super cool.
That's cool. So, well, do you have anything else?
Wow, I'm just looking forward to this, the weather to warm up just a little bit.
It's doing this.
It's rolling up and down because it's riding season yesterday, and then it's not riding season today. And although I'm in no hurry for the heat to get here, I mean, I'm okay with hot. I don't want to be in the blistering heat, but I'm definitely ready for weekly rides and more consistent weather.
Again, if you had an Expedition or an enclosed Ranger, North Star, it's always riding season around here.
Polaris, if you're listening, how about an Expedition with some horsepower? I don't know.
Hey. I think they're listening.
I hope so.
I hope so. So
it's been an amazing machine. I absolutely love it. Been out in a few times, and I'm super impressed with it. Just needs a little more horsepower.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Thanks, Chad.
Always a pleasure, my man.
Okay, man. Out.